Hey guys, it's Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, and also I am with my wonderful co-host in person, Sunita Alistair. Sunita, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, and finally nice to meet you in person.
You as well. So for those of you who may or may not know, Sunita's worked with me now for a year and 7 months, a year and 8 months. So Sunita's coming up on her second year with the company, but we've actually never met in person. Now we work together all day, every day. We talk every day. We do the co-host videos, but this is actually our first time meeting in person. So let me give you guys a backstory, and then we're gonna just talk, you and I, just open. So for those of you who may or may not remember, we actually won Vonage President's Club back in 2020. And one of the things that we got out of that President's Club was a trip to, I think it was like 36 different destinations in the world. I chose Dubai, and Sunita actually doesn't live too far from here. So I got with her and I decided, hey, my wife and I are gonna come to Dubai for not only because we've always wanted to go to Dubai, but for our 20-year wedding anniversary, but would it be possible that we can meet you in person? So long story short, here we are together. So Sunita, let's just talk openly. Even though this was my first time in Dubai, you had mentioned that this was like, how many times have you been here? Because I think you've been here before.
Yes, 3 times before this trip, but this was a wonderful experience.
We'll talk about what we've done since we've been here. So one thing that I did was I went on a dinner tour, but the one thing that we did tonight with Sunita that my wife and I really enjoyed with her was we went to this restaurant called Oceano, I think is how you pronounce it.
Oceano, yeah.
And it's basically like literally an aquarium. It's like a underwater restaurant that has like a giant fish tank aquarium in it. The food was excellent, but I can honestly tell you guys, like, you don't go to this restaurant just for the food, even though it's excellent. You go for the experience. So if you're ever in Dubai, regardless of the price, you have to go to this restaurant. The other thing was one of the chefs that were there was like, he won in 2021, like world's best chef. What did you have to say about the food? What were your thoughts about the food?
I mean, as you said, that it is a whole different experience. I mean, you can eat anytime, anywhere, you can order food from anywhere. But yes, this restaurant has a vibe, literally has a vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not some normal aquarium. You literally have sharks and stingrays in that aquarium, and it is just so large, larger than life kind of aquarium, and you just sit by the aquarium side and you just enjoy your meal, and the staff members, they are just there to explain everything about the food and experience. I mean, we actually had a really wonderful time, so we are just loving to discuss it like right away.
Yeah. And the one thing, you guys, so if Sunita or I say anything out of place or we slur our words, just a warning, like they started us off before the food with this drink. It was this mixed whiskey drink. Now, I've had whiskey before. I've even got whiskey in my bar in my home, but this whiskey, whatever this was insanely strong. Like, it was to the point where, like, after the first 2 sips, I was like not able to speak clearly. So
Same.
yeah, if we say anything out of place in this video, we apologize, but here we are. What do you want to talk about, Sunita?
Yeah, this is just, we excited to meet each other in person for the first time, and would really like to share it with you. We really wanted to share it with you, so we are just here, a bit tipsy, but yes, happy.
So for those of you watching, a couple of things. We highly recommend that you visit Dubai if you have the chance, or if you're ever in a neighboring or bordering country. I mean, it has been an amazing experience. We were just talking about that on the way. Like, you're in the car and you're riding past the buildings and just see the night lights, and it's like, it almost doesn't even seem real. It seems like it's a dream almost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So dreamy.
For those of you who are in the United States, for me, some of you are probably watching wondering how far is the flight. Depending on where you're coming from in the United States, it probably ranges anywhere from about 18 to 22 hours flight. But typically when you head to this side of the world, I think Emirates almost has the monopoly. At least that's what I was told when I was in the airport, was because I wondered if Qatar Airways flew here, but somebody in the airport pretty much told me, they said Emirates kind of has the monopoly on flying into Dubai if you're coming from the United States or from the European countries. So for those of you who are wondering, is that like a horrible flight or anything? I can honestly say it was probably the most comfortable flight I've ever been on Emirates. I mean, it made like almost 16 hours of flying feel like 4 to 6 hours of flying. That's how comfortable it was. Full course meals, 3 meals, snacks in between. You're always eating or drinking something that they're throwing at you to keep you feeling okay. So highly recommend it. Anything else you want to add, Sunita, about the trip or Dubai or Vonage in general?
Yeah, loving Dubai and loving meeting Prince and his wife for the very first time, and we are really enjoying and looking forward for the rest of the night that what we can plan.
Yeah. We were all sitting at dinner, and my wife and I had already been discussing that we wanted to go to like a really nice nightclub or like a night spot. And then Sunita's sitting at the table, and you were like, man, I really want to go to a really nice nightclub. I wonder if any of the wait staff knows. And then I'm like, we wouldn't want to go to a nightclub. You want to go to one, let's just go. So that's kind of what's in store. But I guess before we wrap this up, I wanted to personally thank all you guys from me and Sunita both, the viewers, the ones who have supported us, the ones, of course, who have purchased Vonage through us that helped us get Vonage President's Club. We just want to truly thank you for the support, for the love. Anything you want to add to that?
Yes, thank you so much for being there. That we have to share the happiness and experience, and all we got to know about the Vonage stuff and the new experience about the VoIP. But yes, overall, thanks for being there just to listen to us and support us.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And to Vonage, if you're watching, thank you so much for naming us Vonage President's Club back in 2020. And thank you so much for this wonderful gift to be able to send my wife and I across the world, not only to enjoy ourselves, but also to meet Sunita in person. And here is to hoping for another Vonage President's Club win in the future. As always, Sunita, thanks so much for being here and for your input.
Pleasure.
And we will catch you guys again soon in the next video.